All right, ladies and gentlemen, today you have been informed, you've been inspired to think differently, to become the best in your role, to become the best in your industry, to grow with purpose. We've got 20 minutes now to think about what you are going to do tomorrow to make that happen. Because what's slowing you down is not your ability to do great things as humans, to build relationships and partners and communicate, but all of the tedious, boring admin shit that you have to wake up tomorrow morning and do. So we're going to automate the shit out of this so that you can be the best people, the best agents in New Zealand. Sound good? All right. Tomorrow is day one of New You. You are going to spend 30 minutes a day training your AI muscle. If you do that, in 2 months' time, you will be so far ahead of everyone else, no one will seem like competition. If you don't, in 2 months' time, maybe in a year's time, you're going to be less relevant to your competitors, to your customers, to your colleagues who are standing up and starting to learn and use this technology. So how have we got here? The capability of artificial intelligence is doubling every 7 months, right? We started in 2020 with ChatGPT 3.5 that could do tasks that took humans a few seconds to do. In 2022, when OpenAI launched ChatGPT 3.5 in October, November 22, it could do tasks that took us a few minutes. Today, I'm using Perplexity and Copilot and Claude and ChatGPT to complete work that would take me hours, if not days, to do. We extrapolate that out. By 2030, these AI assistants are going to be able to do work that would take us a month or more to do. And that is going to reshape our businesses, the skills that we need to thrive in the AI era. And it is going to change the skills that you need to be competitive in this world. So to be ready to adopt and adapt to this, start building your skills now so that you are prepared. This is not about AI doing everything for you. AI can do a lot of things, repetitive, tedious, time-consuming, boring stuff that you have to do, but it can't do what you do best. And that is engage and build your EQ and communicate and build those relationships across the industry and with your customers. This is about thinking about these AI tools as your digital colleague, as your co-pilot, as your assistant to collaborate with, to work alongside you every day. So let's put AI to work. Let's get started, because today AI can produce content faster than all of us can put together. It is helping us identify cures for cancer and a whole lot of other things. I'm going to show you a whole bunch as we get through. Not curing cancer, wrong conference. So first, let's look at search, all right? So pre-AI, to find something out, you might have either gone to a colleague and asked them opinion, you might have gone to an industry expert and asked them about a particular question, or you might hire an agency to do a big piece of research, cost you $100,000 and a pretty PowerPoint, right? You go to Google and you ask it a question. I want a property report for 16A Gazelle Ave, Beach Haven. And you get, what, about 1 million pages to sift through to try and find the answer? Whoever thought that was a good idea? So now you can go to tools like ChatGPT or Perplexity that have web search enabled, and it's going to do that manual task. It's going to take your prompt, your search query, and it's going to give you a blended answer. It's going to look to all the different resources that are available, and it's going to come back to you with a property report based on the information that's publicly available, right? Save you a huge amount of time. So let's take that one step further. Let's say that you've gone to realestate.co.nz and you've got 3 property reports here, and you want to build a report here for potential buyers for properties in Beach Haven, right? You want to focus on these 3, but you want to think about all the other information, the amenities and the good things and the good reasons why we want to live in Beach Haven. Do you know I live in Beach Haven? Okay, so I did this in the foyer out here while I was waiting to come on stage. I'm using Perplexity Labs. It's a paid tool. It took about 20 minutes for it to do this task, and it's pulled together all of this information. Anyone want to shout out how long this might take otherwise? Day, a few hours? Like you've got to go get all the schools and the cafes and the restaurants and the sporting and the travel times and all that stuff which a potential buyer might want to know about this area, right? Took 10 minutes. Serve, how we want to serve up information to people. Making information accessible is one of the remarkable ways that we can use AI. So we were working with a property maintenance company. They've got contractors around the country that are doing jobs on rental properties. Each one of those contractors has somehow got to remember like 2,000 job codes so they get the right one on the paperwork. Well, of course, the back office staff have to go through and audit all of the paperwork every month to make sure that there's the right job code on it. So we created a chatbot, which was a spreadsheet in SharePoint. Well, it could be a spreadsheet in SharePoint, which got the job codes and descriptions of it, and it can be deployed to Microsoft Teams or WhatsApp, so that those contractors can ask via a text prompt or via voice in any language that they happen to speak natively, and ask, what's the job code for installing a hot water cylinder? Okay, what did I say? It's gas. Gives you the job code, and it can give you all the health and safety requirements for installing a gas, so you're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Simple, practical, easy. We can use AI tools to create content. Now, you're probably all having a play around with this. Here's a photo of an empty room. We want to dress it up. Doesn't particularly look like a fancy creative agency, but you get my drift. You could improve the prompts probably and go a long way to doing this, right? So we can take images and upload them into ChatGPT and then describe the output that we want, so that we can make this look like a place that people would want to lease. Or we can do things like this. So any company that requires photo identification as proof or evidence of a situation might have another task to verify the meta tags behind that image, right? I didn't give you any ideas.
Discover how AI will transform your business operations and the cultural mind shift required to thrive in the AI era.
Repleto de herramientas prácticas e historias de éxito inspiradoras, este seminario web le permitirá aprovechar el potensial de la IA. Pesan tempat duduk Anda di acara mendatang ini.
I don't speak any of those languages. Pre-AI, every time you want to create a new video, you've got to get the camera crew in there, your teleprompter, remember your lines. You've got to have all the post-production, get the audio done, put all the slides in. Before long, you've blown, what, a couple of grand, right? Now, with tools like HeyGen, I can go into a studio, or you can record on your phone a couple of minutes of you talking to camera. You can upload that to create a digital clone of yourself or your boss. I didn't say to do that. And every time you want to create a new video showcasing a new property, doing some health and safety training, onboarding a new employee, you just copy and paste the script into HeyGen and press export. You can, like Canva or any of those tools, you can add in your own slides and property images and all those sorts of things. It'll clone your voice and all your crazy hand gestures and things like that. For what, $100 a month? The way that we produce content now has changed. It's 2025. The way that we work has changed. Then we want to enhance. So ChatGPT is the world's greatest consultant that knows nothing about your business, right? So we want to be able to bring in some of the domain knowledge and the expertise that you have, the data that's sitting in all of these disparate data sets around your business, to be able to help these AI tools add more context, be more relevant, do more useful things. AI is much smarter when it's trained on your data. If you can start integrating things like HubSpot or your CRM or Xero with your file storage and your emails, then you can start asking it questions that requires it to look to all of these different sources of information to create an answer. And this is where we're starting to see a real productivity shift. When we're starting to augment and integrate AI into our day-to-day workflows, we're able to give people 2 to 5 hours a week an increase in extra productivity or capacity gain, right? This is not time to go and sit on the beach. This is time to work through your backlog and get more done. This is about being more effective than you ever have been. If you start doing this today, you are going to be far more productive, far more effective than your competition. And we're able to teach computers how to see. This is Invoil. They integrate AI into cameras and workspaces around New Zealand to monitor for health and safety. So they can identify workers who are not wearing the right equipment and workers who are in the wrong place at the wrong time, given that there's machinery all over the place, right? They can also ring alarm bells. They can stop machinery from operating as well. This is helping workplaces reduce workplace accidents. It's helping to train people up so that they can see where they've gone wrong and how to improve. So, how do we get started? How do you start becoming that badass AI person that your company desperately needs to scale and thrive? First of all, you're going to identify an AI ambassador, someone who's going to be the champion for AI within your organization. It might be a team of people from, managers or leaders from different departments. They're all going to come to learn.NewZealand.ai, our AI Academy, and do our AI Ambassador program, right? You're going to start thinking about good governance protocols. What are the rules of engagement? How do we want to communicate and be transparent about our use of AI to our employers, to our employees and customers and partners and regulators? We want to identify potential risks associated with AI so we can mitigate those and manage them and make sure people are making good informed decisions. We want to select the right tools. There's truckloads of tools out there. I mean, I spend probably 20, 30 hours a week just trolling through different tools that get released and experimenting with them to see whether or not they're worthwhile referring. And once we've identified the practical ways that your business can be using AI, then we can start with some skills-based training to empower people to integrate that new way of working into their daily flow. If you're not, have I gone too far? No, okay. So if you're not using AI, you are going to be faced on the back foot. Most companies traditionally have kind of gone, hey, we want last year plus a little bit better, please. With AI assistants like ChatGPT, you're going to be able to see a good impact on productivity, on effectiveness with you as an individual and as a business. When you start layering in AI agents, these are kind of workflow automation tools like digital colleagues that can do complete tasks for you. And lastly is thinking about that AI workforce, right? Your combination of human and digital workers working seamlessly together, leveraging these tools. Companies that start moving up this trajectory are going to become more competitive. They're going to increase their GP, and they're going to be vastly outpace everyone else. We are already seeing it happen in New Zealand and around the world. So, my encouragement to you, go to ChatGPT or Perplexity or Copilot or Claude from Anthropic and type in, you're an AI expert. I want you to ask me one question at a time how I can best use AI at work. Give me 2 obvious and 2 non-obvious ways AI can help me. And let it play out. The AI tool will ask some questions about who you are and the work that you do, and will recommend some practical ways. Whatever it suggests, dig a bit deeper. What are the tools that I can help that? What skills do I need to learn? Can you give me some prompts to help me solve that particular problem? The difference between AI and, I don't know, Microsoft Word is you can ask AI how to use it. It's really difficult to get Microsoft Word to teach you how to use Microsoft Word. So every time you've got a task, you're working on solving a problem, you've got a report to write, think about how you can ask your AI assistant to collaborate with you to solve that problem. We run our AI Academy, providing AI ambassador workshops and training and those sorts of things all the time. I would love to see you there. And if you want a copy of this book, scan the QR code or jump into the Academy and you can find it. It is time to scale what you do best by getting rid of the tedious shit you hate doing the most. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Flitter! Mate, I'm thinking just very quickly, because we have a couple of minutes left, and I thought, I've had a bit of a play with ChatGPT and others, but AI agents, to actually get them to do stuff. I mean, I'm kind of using Gemini in my email, hey, help me find such and such a thing, and I'm writing one out and saying polish, and that's epic. I love that. But what would be the next step to actually get it to do stuff for me?
So you could run an AI agent that monitored your accounts receivable inbox, and every time you received an invoice to pay, it would then pump that straight through to zero, and then notify you if it was a new supplier. That would be like a task that an agent could do.
Can I set it up so, for example, I can say, hey, any email inquiries, for example, the property address, these are some sample questions I'm typically going to get, please reply with such. How do I do that?
You could train a system to draft an email
What sort
for you.
of system?
Well, you could train Copilot to do something like that. You could run it through ChatGPT. I mean, with ChatGPT Enterprise now, do you know that TSB Bank is starting to roll out ChatGPT Enterprise? I think that's interesting. So you can actually connect in your Google Workspace or Microsoft 365, so you can have ChatGPT look through your emails and write a prompt describing your tone of voice and the style of writing.
This was the chat that we had side stage, right? Because I said the same thing. Like, I've got a mate who works in real estate, and he's kind of like a bro from South Auckland. He's a good friend, and he's an incredible agent. But a normal email from him is something like, hey, sup, dog, can you do this? It's short, and it's his tone. I get this email that's incredibly flowy and very detailed. I thought, hello, your AI is showing. But so how exactly do I get ChatGPT to match my typical email style?
If you use Microsoft Copilot, in Copilot you can say, look through the last 6 months of my emails and then write a prompt describing my writing style, my tone of voice, and the common things that I talk about. And then in Outlook, you've got custom instructions in your settings, and you dump that in there. And so it'll get better and better at writing in your style. And you can use that in ChatGPT or any other prompt that you start. You start your chat and you go, this is my tone of voice and my style that I want you to write in for this task. And it will get better at learning about how you like to write.
So good.
Right? Simple things like...
Anything from the floor? Burning AI question, this is your chance. It's just about to disappear.
Hey, ChatGPT. No,
Okay, yes.
Right.
I heard a shout out. Where are we? You're going to talk to me. Here we go. It's a great question. How safe is it to use personal information?
If you have a paid account on ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, any of those tools, then you are going to have options, or by default, a greater degree of security than using the free version. Most of the tools now will not use data that you upload, like files or things that you upload into their systems to train the algorithm. But they may use the chats, the conversations that you have with those tools. So go and look. We've done some research on this, which I've published. But go and have a look. You can actually ask ChatGPT, like, how do these tools manage my data privacy? And it will tell you all of those things. But as a default rule, if you are paying for the tool, then all of those tools will, in their terms and conditions, will not use the information that you upload to train the algorithm.
Thank you, Justin. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a very warm and farewelling welcome to Justin Flitter. Thanks, mate.